Welcome, syncretists, friends, and lovers of truth and lovers of health. I have with me my good friend, which I have known for at least 3 years, Matt Hazen, who is the CEO of MasterPeace. And he's going to be talking about this product, which is available on my website and has been for 3 years. So it's nothing new to my audience. We've put plenty of MasterPeace videos up. My audience who follows and who are regulars know about this. But for the new listeners, Matt is going to be presenting as much information as possible about this excellent product which he and his associate have developed. Welcome, Matt.
Hey, yeah. It's always good to chat with you there, Santos. So,
Yes, brother.
yeah. So it started off um, essentially a pipe dream and really just a big recognition that health had a lot to do with people's ability to actually detox out these poisons that was inside of them. And so when we had gone through the creation process of making Masterpiece, and we took the road that no other supplement company has taken. And what I mean by that statement is we went out and started performing clinical studies, testing actual, since we were a claiming to be a detox product and a chelating product at that time. We started doing every type of test that we could find that would test the levels of things like graphene oxide, of aluminum, of glyphosate. And we actually started pulling in study participants in a proper third party tested with proper methodology, chain of custody, scientific approach, and completed these trials where we showed significant reductions in the forever chemicals that we were testing. In fact, in our first initial pilot study, which where we actually tested people for graphene oxide, the precursor for hydrogel, which is polyethylene, hydrogel is polyethylene glycol. We also did like PFOs and PFOAs. We showed reductions even one start participant for graphene oxide in 35 days of 90%. And when we started seeing aluminum levels in a total study cohort group of 27 people in those levels in 90 days of aluminum, and we're talking about intracellular levels, we were looking at a reduction of 80%. And a total 20 of 27 people, that's a lot of information to be pulling. And we were seeing anecdotal testimonials of people that were experiencing miraculous changes in their health situation, and essentially they had tried everything out there. So we put all of our money into study after study after study because we wanted to, when you are the truth, you're going to get attacked, which we have been as attacked as any product you've ever heard of and continue to be from every angle imaginable. There's no part of the system that wants Masterpiece around. And can we all agree that people that don't have our best interests at heart are running the world and they are scripting out what's happened? I mean, at a bare minimum, can we all agree with that? And their key part of their master plan was obviously predicated on poisoning us. For their plan to work, they had to poison us. And so it seems to reason that we actually have something as effective at removing these toxins as Masterpiece that it throws a wrench in their plan. And what I mean by that is imagine if everybody out there was feeling connected, sleeping deep, getting good REM sleep, dreaming vivid, feeling restful. Their bodies are functioning and performing properly because they're not gunked down with poisons. If everybody was like that and they were critically thinking better, the evil people that are trying to bring in this weirdo singularity AI automation thing would have a 100 times worse of a problem if nobody was poisoned. In fact, their plan wouldn't be possible to pull it off. And so we've been the first and only company to do testing on the media access control numbers, their Bluetooth signals, and MasterPeace's ability to remove the Bluetooth signals, which that Bluetooth signal phenomenon became very well known after the documentary. What was that called? Blue Truth documentary by Dr. Perez in Mexico. And so, now we've done actually this transhuman internal biosystem it is inside of everybody. It is measurable inside of everybody, and it has been measurable inside of everybody tested since 2021. And it takes a radio frequency emitting detection device and also what's called a nonlinear junction scanner. And we can go to the same locations on every single human body out there. And you can go to these locations and you can put on a radio frequency and see exactly which radio frequency is emitting from there. And in the same place, you will be able to measure for silicon based semiconducting electronic circuitry, which shows that you are literally a cyborg. And this system has been in the Epstein files. It's voice to skull technology. It's very well known stuff. The agencies have been using it for synthetic telepathy, which we now have what's the equivalent of a lieutenant general as a whistleblower for the MI6. Very high level MI6 has come forward for revenge and is basically discussing this entire system, how it works and operates, about how agents have been using it as synthetic telepathy so that they didn't have to expose themselves as a spy and go around and have to email people or drop off information. They are the recording device. What their eyes are seeing, it's recording. What their ears are hearing, it's recording. What they're thinking is being recorded. They have mental conversations, high level agents for a long time. This is irrefutable. This is all filmed. This is all verified on Epstein files. This is not a debatable subject. We tested people. We did a study. We measured their locations. We have this all charted out for everybody. We are putting together a double blinded peer reviewed article on it right now, which will make it through the double blinded peer reviewed process so that it will be irrefutable like our other studies. And we have shown that this internal system that's firing very well inside of everybody. We all seen when someone in Wuhan, right, when they would go and die off, that's when it gets turned up all the way. Now, if they barely turn it on, you won't even feel that it's on, and it's really just collecting information. You are the database. You are the thing. What you are thinking and looking at is collecting. They've had that technology since the 70s, being able to collect your mental thoughts. This is not something that is new. They're not just perfecting it. What we know is that take 30 drops of MasterPeace a day for 63 days, 22 people, it was a 22 people cohort in the United Kingdom. This was filmed by David Icke's film crew the entire time. So I'm sorry, I apologize. The Died Suddenly film crew. I apologize. The Died Suddenly film crew that has an impeccable reputation for filming all kinds of people and never misappropriating anything. They filmed the study. The results were so amazing. They started calling everywhere, and we started getting invited down to Mar-a-Lago, and they wanted to see what it was about. Believe you me, I don't like anything to do with any politicians or anybody in those positions. I'm no fool. Um, I will say this, Santos. What we know now is the way these people are controlled and handled is a lot better than just a handler or getting them to have sex with a little boy. What they have right now is if they don't act right, they get zapped. What we know is this intelligent in that they can get remote tased, they can be killed, they can be they're very much knowing. Elon Musk is making statements. Noah Harari is making statements. RFK is making statements to the degree of saying, hold on, if this AI thing gets much more out of hand, we could all die. This AI is not liking us. It's not recognizing us as good. Noah Harari said, yeah, there's a very few people at the very, very top who want to have this automated world, this new fourth industrial revolution, but this isn't good for anybody else. And they're realizing that it's not good for them either because they're just the puppets of the 1%. They're the face. They're Bill Gates, Elon Musk, the CEOs of Silicon Valley, WEF, all these people, they're controlled and they know they are building this AI world that makes them irrelevant and them obsolete. And they have to do it because they're being controlled by this device. But if their family members or loved ones hear about this and they can take Masterpiece, the voices that control what's called buffeting, there's a lot of things they do to these people, and they're all reporting it, and they've been reporting it. It goes down by about 80%, which means they don't have to keep bringing in this world. They can figure out a way where they're going to make their break, how they're going to get out, how they're going to stop making their um, making them get taken out because that's really what they're doing. Of course, this is terrible for everybody, but Masterpiece, at least we have something that will grab out the silicon, grab out the graphene oxide, grab out this nano assembled stuff and remove the symptomologies. But we are measuring it. We're measuring it with $20,000 technical surveillance countermeasures equipment by the highest, by level 4 certified TSCM experts that look at wires, look for rooms for wires and bugs for a living. I mean, Jesse uses the highest level equipment, our third party analyzer, measuring people in our study to measure the before and after, how well Masterpiece is removing these things. So, wow, Santos, I'm so happy that you're doing good, brother. We haven't talked for so long. We've done like 5 studies and we are just helping out tons and tons of people to feel better and actually be able to think better and have better health. So, there's a lot to go over.
Okay, and so you and who else developed this then?
This was a big group of people. It originally started with my idea. I had a good friend with me at the time, Matt Senna, and I was like, hey, we're going to make a product. And, so there was a lot of research that went into it, a lot of looking into how to do things and just the normal stuff whenever you get out into the unknown. And I would say me, Matt Senna, very quickly there it was Jimmy Smith, everybody that's still on our team now, Santos, was there at the beginning working for free. So one people was doing one thing, one people was doing the other, but it would be wrong and remiss for me to say it was me or it's me and one other person, and we all had our jobs. Paul did our entire back end, our entire creation of our computer. FDA, FTC, PayPal, Stripe, all them, they came right after us from the beginning. It was a blitzkrieg attack. As soon as we started talking about a study on graphene oxide and we got the results in and it was airing, man, the heat came down. And we had Dr. Robert Young. He's the final formulator of this. I mean, he came in. He's got a PhD in smelling bullshit for everything he's been through in life. And so he recognized the formula for what it was and for what it could be, and he helped us perfect it. And it's been a beautiful story of people creating something where we were not making decisions on how we were going to make money and how we were going to market this as something, the newest, greatest things. Instead of, we knew we had the newest, greatest thing, and we were trying to figure out how we could prove it and protect it before it got any bigger, because we knew this was like the baby lion and Lion King. Like, everybody's going to recognize this thing as the real threat to society's structure. Our entire dystopian world is predicated on us being poisoned, us being too tired to do anything about it, too stupid to think right, and physically and psychically and mentally being disconnected and out of it. Because if we're anywhere near our good state as a pack, we would not be allowing these crazies to destroy our world and all life on it. And that's period. So, um, Masterpiece for everybody, everybody's family needs to be on Masterpiece. Period. End of story. And if there's other products that work great, they should do the regular work. It'd be very easy for them to do testing. It doesn't cost that much to be able to prove their products work, because we're in a world right now where Uh, these companies are so used to everybody being sold by just telling them what to do, and that's what they're still doing. We should be living in a world that is about truth and about proving it. You know,
Robert Young, do you think that's why he's still in jail?
Robert Young is getting at the very end of his sentence. He published 2 years ahead of every other scientist a paper that made it through the double-blinded peer-reviewed process, and it showed all four different COVID vaccine manufacturers, um, and 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 hundreds and hundreds of vials from the four main vaccine manufacturers, and he did this over 6 months, and he proved quantifiably, which means like with direct energy X-ray spectroscopy, the correct equipment that would prove it beyond a doubt, that there was graphene oxide, ferric oxide, silicon inside of these COVID jabs. They were a biointerfacing particulates made to assemble. He proved it 2 years ahead of anybody else. They immediately targeted him when that paper was published and set up brutally with a 40-year friend of his who he had been treating but the same way for 40 years. And her daughter was CIA. They sent her halfway across the United States to Robert Young, and Robert only told her to go see a regular doctor. She was jaundiced and all messed up. And for him telling her that, they gave him 5 years, 8 months. And he will be out. He's healthier than he's ever been. He's down to his high school weight. He's doing about 1,500 leg ups a day. Santos, yeah, you know what? I gotta tell you, Santos, everybody taking MasterPeace, drinking super healthy water, and kind of leaving a lot of the other stuff alone, and just kind of like purify and cleanse your body, get the junk out with MasterPeace, and remineralize your body with healthy mineral water, and let your body figure out the rest because your body's got to heal itself, and that's what it does when it's healthy, is it heals itself. We're trying to supplement our way back to health a little bit too much right now. We need to get back to clean food, clean, raw. Uh, you know, we're over supplementing a lot of stuff. We're 99.8% water and minerals. If we're water and minerals, why are we taking so many other supplements to try? We need to be careful about how we're going about thinking our way into being healthy. Everybody doing it the way that Robert Young um, explains, like alkalizing your body, raw fruits and vegetables, and then Masterpiece. We're healthy. All those people are very healthy. That's how you know it works. If you're looking at a supplement companies, people don't have a good hold on their own health, and their whole team has not got health. Well, how much can they really get you to your health? If and I know we all deal with individual stuff. I'm certainly not taking away from anybody's story. I mean, I certainly it can be individual across the board, but Masterpiece has made a lot of waves. It's proven the old science model of poisoning your way back to health with jabs and with prescription pills, or supplementing your way back to health. It's kind of proven those paradigms not as effective as a lot of people thought. What it's proven is, hey, if you purify and cleanse your body and get the toxins out and just get back to square one, your body actually can take sodium and water and oxygen and make all your electrolytes and make you healthy again. So
Okay, and so what are the ingredients of Masterpiece and what makes it so special?
it's only two highly abundantly found natural ingredients that you see in nature everywhere, that you see all over us the world. Okay, the two ingredients are the same two ingredients that you find at the healthiest areas of the planet, in the blue zones, places like the Greek islands and Fiji islands. Where you see clinoptilolite zeolite, which is a sea mineral. So a sea mineral, very healthy, and it is sitting there in the sea. So we take that sea mineral clinoptilolite and we make it super duper small, smaller than even the nano size. And so that's so it can go to the deepest part of your bodies and really get in deep. So, and then the other one is seawater. We take seawater and dilute it down so it's the same amount of ratio of salt and water as our blood, as us. So it's isotonic, meaning it's the same. So we dilute it down perfectly so it's isotonic, so it's seawater, which has all your minerals, all in the right ratios, everything that is naturally in your body. And then we take the sea mineral that grabs out the toxins, and we put them together and we structure them really, really well and effectively. And that's it. And guess what we find? We get the same result doing that for the inside of our bodies as the inside of your body, Santos, as it does where we see it in nature, where we see clinoptolite and seawater in nature. It is beautiful, pristine, and healthy. And when we put that inside of our bodies, what we see is beautiful, healthy bodies
Have you ever heard any people talking negatively about zeolite? Because,
everywhere.
yeah,
The
right.
people that haven't, yeah,
Yeah, so what they're suggesting, I won't name any names because people
yeah,
send
yeah.
me videos. People send me videos and I watch them, but they're saying, "Oh, Santos, are you taking zeolites?" And I say, "Well, yeah, yeah." And "Oh, zeolites bad for you. They're nano, and they're just setting you up to be an antenna for 5G and 6G and blah blah blah."
Right. Well, I would say they're highly misinformed. They're parroting bad science from someone that is not, we're all allowed to say whatever we want to say, and people do shows and say a lot. And competitors of zeolite products say anything they can. They also try, there's an array of information that is number one, anything natural in the world. And I know we're talking about zeolite, clinoptilite zeolite is natural. As soon as you synthesize it or modify it, people have been doing that with everything in nature so that they can patent it and control it. Well, you have like 200 synthetic zeolites and you have like 40 natural zeolites, but the only one that's really been tested for human consumption, which all tests, thousands and thousands of them, show it to be 100% completely safe because the body can't do anything with it. It just takes it in and expels it. It's inert. Zeolite, natural zeolite is inert. Your body, it's not naturally found in your body, even though it's a natural sea mineral that it goes in. Your body doesn't know what to do with it, and it's just expelled. So when you're talking about the fact that it magnetically grabs toxins, that's pretty cool because it goes in your body, grabs the toxin, and leaves. Now, MasterPeace, and so for them to say things like, "Oh, it causes nanotech arts, nanotechnology," nanotechnology for everybody out there is a big scary term, but in reality the term when you break it down is things that are in the nanometer size, nano, that are technology can be natural technology such as masterpiece. It's a natural process. We're really repeating exactly what we see in nature. you know we have we take structured seawater with the zeolite, but we get the zeolite. All we do is dissolve it down so it's a lot small, so it's smaller, so it can get deeper into the body, and then we put it back with minerals and structure it. I mean, if that's hurting people, then all hope is lost on planet Earth, because you know those same people are probably putting synthetic compounds in their bodies, such as EDTA, like ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. They, and uh, they also want to deny our science, and that is not good. And I'll tell you why. This will tell you everything about the level of discernment that someone's capable of in the science when they're looking at scientific or medical information. And I'll explain it like this. There was no such thing as a double blinded paper by any COVID vaccine manufacturer that claimed or showed that their vaccines were safe and effective. The reason why they couldn't produce that paper is because the double blinded process is ironclad and sturdy enough and foolproof that not even billions of dollars could break the system. So when we're talking about a double blinded peer reviewed paper, we're talking about something that means something. All right. So when we're talking about masterpiece and we're talking about, um, now I'm not going to talk about any other zeolite company. I'm going to talk about masterpiece. If we're talking about masterpiece, because that's the one you're taking for zeolite, harming people, well, we have double blinded peer reviewed articles that we could hold up in any courtroom anywhere, and it's not up, it's irrefutable science because it's made it through the double blinded process. And without me explaining the long winded of it. But again, Big Pharma couldn't produce one on their thing, and they would have paid billions of dollars to have that one. Okay. We have six of them. And Robert Young is the most published peer reviewed author of our time, everybody. He's had over 700 published peer reviewed papers. He's the most published peer reviewed scientist alive. period. Okay. He's the author of ours too. So when we're talking about hair tests that we also offer on our website, blood tests, urine tests, testing levels of toxic heavy metals like lead, mercury, aluminum, so forth, microplastics, things that are in the COVID vaccine. We're not making claims because claims are baseless allegations. I'm repeating facts that are published in double blinded peer reviewed papers. MasterPeace is the cleanest, most naturally put together detox product on earth. And every form of quantifiable objective science that we have can't be debated. And that's why these morons out there would rather sidestep all that and talk about the stuff that doesn't matter instead of talk about the fact that people are getting better, feeling better, doing better when they're getting the poisons out from using MasterPeace.
Do you have a link for those double blind studies that I can put in the description box?
Absolutely. Yes, I absolutely will get that to you, and that will be no problem. People can open them. It's actually an international journal that had to publish it because our American medical system would not want to. None of the journals want to be the ones that are releasing this information that shows that big pharma is screwed if people were taking Masterpiece. Because if you take Masterpiece, you're not going to be buying the headache medication. You're not going to be buying the antacids. You're not going to be buying all this over the counter stuff. You're not going to be running around trying to figure out what can be done to help you with whatever problem you can by taking whatever prescription pills. So Big Pharma will not let Masterpiece publish a paper on our studies. So we had to go to India. So we actually had to have it published by a journal halfway, across the pond. So that makes it even better. But
Yeah.
I'll get that for you so everybody can read about aluminum, glyphosate, graphene oxide. And they can see the charts and graphs and see the parameters of the study. And it's what real science and what real efficacy concerning, in this case, a detox product looks like.
Okay, I'm looking at the comments and people are saying, where is the site? Well, I'll put it in the link, guys, right now. It's you can get it at universaltruthschool.com in the store tab. You scroll down and there's recommended protocols and you will see it there. And my coupon code is Santos.
Samson.
So it's all
Yes.
simple, but what I want for people is to have the peer review studies and the double blind studies, if possible, a link as well, because I
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
see here people. I'm going from
No,
YouTube
no.
to
Absolutely.
Rumble,
There we
and
go.
see people asking these questions. Okay, so
And if this is live, if Matt is actually watching this, he can publish. I have a pin in our personal Telegram thing that has just the studies on the study results, not the other double-blinded papers. So he could post it there too. I don't know if he's watching though. But yeah, we are being involved in some in doing the real work and measuring this system that is inside of everybody. Lo and behold, when everybody at World Economic Forum was talking all that crazy stuff, guess what? They were serious all along, and they figured out a way to drop it into all of us. They told the agents that, oh yeah, Havana syndrome is only something that's going on with the agencies. The reason why they said that is because they couldn't try to sit there and deny that the agents were dealing with it because the agents were complaining about it. Because whenever they had questioned anything, they would be remote tased back into line so that they would be good boys or good girls. And so they got through there, and then they had everybody in the civilian population getting memory imprints, removing their memories, putting new memories in, calling them schizophrenic. If you hear voices in your head, you're a schizophrenic, even though it's completely unnatural to hear voices in your head. If you're hearing voices in your head, you're not crazy. You have a computer system inside of you that used to be implanted. Now it's just dropped in through the air and everything. And so they don't even have to get you in a surgery or anything like that. But everybody now is what they call a targeted individual. Everybody now is what they call an asset, because you could be. This system can make you feel lazy. It can make you feel depressed. It can make you feel it can make you feel anything. It can make you think anything. It can talk to you. It can kill you. It is a perfect controlling machine, and it is measured using the most sophisticated equipment on earth that is meant to actually find wires and bugs. Everybody's body is an alkaline fluids. All the fluids in your body's alkaline. That means you're the alkaline battery of the system. And everybody has this system. We're measuring it in people nonstop. Jesse Beltran's doing events nonstop. He'll be doing an event in California in a couple days, a very big event, and he will be scanning people there. And everybody can see, it's MasterPeace removes the toxic metals, the components that are nanoassembling inside of people from the process called Teslaphoresis. These things are silicon, graphene oxide, ferric oxide, polypropylene. We have done the tests showing that we significantly reduce the levels of those. But more importantly, we've done the exact scanning of the system on people, filmed it all. We filmed every minute of it, Santos. So nobody, no naysayers and trolls can come in and say, oh, BS. Just like we did a whole documentary. David Icke did his film crew did a whole documentary on our previous study with the MAC addresses called the Human Antenna Film, humanantennafilm.com. If anybody out there, I will say in all of our studies, my kids drink this stuff. This stuff is the most safest stuff you've ever put into your body because it is basically identical to your body fluids. So it's as biocompatible as it gets. There's no preservatives. There's nothing in it. It's just super structured, super alkaline mineral water. Uh, and it's about $1 a day. Anybody can go to masterpiece.health, go to masterpiece.health /Santos. Go to masterpiece.health /Santos. And when you go there, create your free account. Your account doesn't cost any money to sign up. There's no catches, there's no commitments. And then you can start feeling the difference of how your autonomous system, how your sleep can really be. Most people claim they experience sleep better than they've had in a long time. I will tell you, I sleep better than I ever slept as a kid or anything. I have highlight reels for dreams every night. I sleep. I fly 3 or 4 times a week. I can usually tell people the dreams I had the previous night later in the day. My energy levels, the way I feel connected to people. I certainly that was missing in my life personally for a long time, and it's just a wonderful experience. Hey Santos, can I tell you a fun fact?
Yeah, bro.
In our last study, we had 23 people come in, and every single one of them on video testimonial said that they had noticeably undeniable increase in dream vividness and dream lucidity and in dream volume, how much they dream. Every single person in the study. That means their pineal gland is working better. And if we know we got something helping the pineal gland, we got something good.
Hey, brother. So, of course, we've got a couple of jackasses and I want to expose them. The first
Oh,
one,
cool.
who's got 9 subscribers and one video on his channel, his name is Jackson.Danger. And this is his comment.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
do we have any labs for the more holistic side of research? People should have access to labs for this kind of stuff. Self experimentation is legal. Lots and lots of stuff on it, especially with metals. Uh, what else is Jackson Danger, the moron fucktard, saying? He's actually just shitting on my page. So I just want to expose him before I block him. The messages will be there. I told him about his mother and what sort of mother he's got. So bye bye, Jackson, with your 9.5 subscribers. Then there's another turd. Uh, One Green Misty. He's got about 14.5 subscribers and he's chiming in as well with a BS. What have you got to
Oh,
say
he's
about
saying
that?
this.
Hmm.
Well, if someone's saying BS, if I was actually responding to that, I would say, okay, which part of it is BS? And then what would be proof to them to so that they would see that it wasn't? But I don't usually, someone that's just saying BS but doesn't go into it, they obviously are not doing any research. They're just making an opinion. They just are making a belief that has nothing to do with the. We have had study coordinators. We have had different third party analyzers on every test that we've done. We've done studies that no other company or product has ever done. And these are all made it through the double blinded peer reviewed process. What part of that's BS?
Yeah, well, this is the thing. These guys have got 3.5 subscribers. I've got over 300,000, and I've got a 15-year track record of priceless knowledge, and all the products on my site are legitimate and help because I'm healthy. I'm 63 and I've never had a disease. And these jackasses have probably got everything from piles hanging out their ass, uh, you know, arthritis, diabetes, ugliness. They're all ugly, of course. That's why they don't show their face on their channels. So if you want to get smart, guys, remember you're messing with the wrong guy. Aries and Calabrian. Don't get smart with me on my page, okay? If you do not like what Matt is saying, you know where to go because I don't think you had a very decent mother.
I would just say, and if anybody is worried about like figuring out the truth on anything, it would be that we would see that by asking a question. That's the real question. Like it's good to doubt, and it's certainly healthy to question everything. I wish we all had that approach about things. But in questioning everything, that doesn't mean that you come off with an attitude or you just oh dude, that's BS. Well, are you saying that it's BS because if you were in the position that I'm in, that you would be full of shit? Because are you just mirroring and projecting how you are? Because I've spent my whole life trying to figure out a way to help humanity. I've always been pushed to service. I've always seen the benefit in me individually giving and trying to do good. It's always come back to me tenfold. And we couldn't have done anything in a more quantifiable, objective way. The people that are involved on my team are the greatest scientists of our time. People with impeccable reputations. A lot of them have lost their careers because they stood up for the truth and did what's right, and they lost their freedom too. And they know plenty of people that have lost their lives. And so everything that we're talking about in terms of voice to skull technology, this internal transhuman graphene silicon based biosystem, this is not refutable stuff anymore. This is all deep in the Epstein files. Epstein files were released by the DOJ, by the Department of Justice. That means that the Department of Justice is saying that this stuff is true. So now you have some type of government uh fuck with the government, but some type of government approval saying that it is legit. And so we're actually doing work on how to stop, disable, dismantle, disengage this internal system that is being measured on TV and being shown. We have plenty of film footage. I guess I could send you a video right now, Santos, and you could play it for everybody. This is no, I better not. I'm sorry. I'm going to recant that before I have to get one more final okay. I'm sorry. I better not.
Okay,
It's a it's very
I'm
it's a
giving,
very high level MI6 whistleblower that is explaining the system, but I better get one more last okay because I just got that. Go ahead
okay.
though.
Well, I'm giving this guy a second chance. I may have misjudged him, Jackson Danger. It might be a robot, but the other guy with just BS, you don't do that on my channel. You do not do that on my channel. You mess with the wrong guy. I always win. You attack me, you lose. Matt is a sincere individual, and he's made a product. Have you got a product? You who, BS and whatever. Anyway, that BS guy, he's gone. Good riddance.
Yeah. Yeah, this
Sorry,
is
sorry to.
When we first came out with our studies, Santos, you were one of the very first few people that recognized MasterPeace for what it was. You were one of the very first people that recognized the intentions behind what we were trying to accomplish with creating this product that was going to depoison people. You were one of the first people that gave us a chance. By the way, you are our first big show, Santos. Now look, we're airing on Candace Owens. We're getting study results that are lifting the eyebrows of everybody around the world. We're getting every type of regulatory agency corners us, tries to go after us. And you were one of those first people that said, "Hey, man, I've been around the block. I get it. I know how to recognize truth from the myth and and fact from shit." And you were right there, and you had your personal experience and the way masterpieces helped you, just like everybody else that was at the beginning. And it was individually how masterpiece helped us, and what we all recognized innately that, like, hey, look, if people would just try it instead of saying BS. How about this? You've heard BS about everything. You've always heard everything's the newest greatest thing. If someone is broke, if someone is broke and can't afford it, if they reached out to us and said, "I'm completely broke, would you just send me a bottle though, because I really think it might work," we've never said no to anybody. Everybody involved in masterpiece is to try to help the world, because our world needs it. Our world don't need more division, distraction, and a bunch of freaking trolls up in threads. What we need to do is get off our butts and try to figure out individually how we can all contribute into saving our world before all life in this ecosystem is eradicated. We're already lost 70% of the life in the oceans. The oceans are most of our life. We've lost 70% of our life. You guys want to just call bullshit on what we're talking about? You think I got nothing else better to do with my life? My whole family, I stay in jeopardy. I'm one of the most targeted people out there with this, and I don't care, because we have a job to do. And I would hope that any man that is in the same position that I'm in, or Santos, or anybody else in, would do the same thing and not blink the same way I am, because it doesn't make any sense for us to do anything else.
Mhm.
So, um, if you could at home, whoever did that and said BS, if you could convert your whole programming right now and try it, you would see for yourself. Because what you'll figure out is you go, "Holy crap, why am I dreaming this much?" More, very much dreaming more. That means my pineal gland is working more. You're getting a lot deeper sleep. That means your pineal gland is working a lot more. You're going to feel better. You're going to have more childlike joy. You're going to notice the difference. And that's because your body's being depoisoned. Try it instead of
Okay, I have to apologize to Jackson Danger. I misinterpreted his comments because they were very, very, very vague. If you're going to make comments, uh, I see a lot of people and stuff like that. The reason I did this live and not a Zoom call is I wanted people to interact. But there's always someone that does this, and I don't have any tolerance. I don't have tolerance at all. So, my apologies. I will remove my comments. Jackson dot danger. Okay. So now
hey,
I
that's good.
remember.
That's the best we can do, right? And maybe before, whenever we have a hiccup, it turns into something a lot more than it's got to be. And instead, isn't it good when we can, hey, I fucked up. Stand up people fuck up like anybody else. Stand up people catch themselves and say, hey, apologies due.
Yeah.
And what else can we do?
Now I do. Correct me if I'm wrong, but back in when I started with you guys, I think it was about 3 years ago.
Mhm.
Yeah, you were not using the salt, the ocean water, right?
We're using marine plasma, which is ocean water. It's that was harvested in a different place. What we're using now is sea minerals, which is inland sea minerals, and it has a lot more sodium, and that makes it much, much more powerful than the original formula. And so, if people can understand this, you have more water in your body than anything else. The second most thing after water is sodium. Sodium. Why is that important? Because sodium plus oxygen, which on the elemental chart, sodium's 11 and oxygen is 8. When you add those two together, you get potassium, which is your sodium is your number one electrolyte, potassium is your second. Okay. When you're taking potassium plus oxygen, you're coming up with magnesium. Okay. Now, when you're taking, and I don't know the third one, but to get to calcium, but the way that our body does the process of what's called nuclear transformation, which is taking what we're taking in and turning it into electrolytes and into energy and water, it's the biggest requirement is needing sodium and oxygen. That's what
Yes.
kicks it all off.
Yeah.
So sodium is we can go on, and you could probably do a 20-hour presentation on it, Santos. But sodium is that's why it is so strong of sodium, and that's why it works so good. It alkalizes your cells, it energizes your cells, and it nourishes your cells with the minerals that your body needs to function properly. And it is really so. Masterpiece, here's the clinoptilolite, and it's a big bad negative magnet, right? Well, minerals are positive, so they're stuck to it. Minerals are slightly magnetic positive, so it's barely stuck to it. So it comes into your body because it's super small, and it grabs out a toxin. And right when the toxin hits it, it releases the minerals right where our body needs to take that mineral. Right where the toxin had just been left is where it gets replaced. That's why people don't feel that harsh detox reaction when they take Masterpiece. Masterpiece works so good at getting the levels of toxins out of you, but you don't get that same Herxheimer detox icky feeling you would expect from something that's working that good. And the reason is because it is replacing that toxin with a mineral right away. There's no what people used to call mineral gapping, but Matt Senna appropriately called poison gapping. I think he was the first that said that. And Masterpiece is the gentlest and by far the most effective detox product ever created by far. And that's why we have the science and nobody else has the science. We have the scientific proof that can't be argued with. And, it's for humanity, Santos. Guess what? We've never raised our price. We're never going to. We make it the lowest cost we can for everybody. It's a big fat labor of love. And if everybody gets on it, they're going to be feeling a lot better. And it will help. It'll be your personal way of making our world better, by taking care of yourself. Masterpiece is a keystone part of what's going to take to thrive and be healthy in today's world. Period. Getting the poisons out, unless you're underneath a rock somewhere and living up nothing is rock. The
What
most
else?
important part of being healthy right now is detox.
Oh yeah, bro. I did a liver flush because the Andreas Moritz liver flush. And I've been doing it for 10 years,
Oh, cool. Yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah.
and I've been fasting pretty much for a, a long time. So, and yet, I go to the bathroom all day. At the start, I used to get big stones. Now they are as small as sesame seeds. I can't get a stone. There's not.
Yeah.
I don't have any more stones.
Yeah, because you already cleared out, you already purged all your stones, all your gallstones, and now you're just getting the little stuff that's even starting. That's going to
Okay.
prolong your life so well too. Good job,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, man. Cleansing is. I've been
Everything.
doing since I was born. Really, just being clean is. Uh, Cleanliness is close to godliness, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I see from the comments that people would really like those links in the
Yeah.
description. I promise you, I will put those in there. And the other thing people want to know is where to get it. Well, it's at. I put the link there, guys. I'll do it again. universaltruthschool.com, and you can just scroll down and you can see Masterpiece in the store there, right? So that's about it from the comments. Apart from that, everybody is really, really nice. And I did misinterpret Jackson, so I apologize, brother. He said that he's been following me for 12 years and that I
Oh,
misunderstood him. So,
heck yeah,
but
man.
yeah, But the other guy just dropping in a BS, I don't care if you're a robot, I'm still going to get angry. Because why? Because I don't care if it's a bot, and I don't care if it's a human being. You're not going to do it on my channel without me exposing it, because that's what we should be doing.
Yeah.
Everybody should be watching the comments. And if there are robots and idiots there, make a complaint, because that way we can get rid of these bots. That
Hey, you
way,
know what, Santos? You are the kind of guy when you're given information, you 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 have you know, for me, if someone can follow you for 12 years and not throw the baby out with the bathwater sometimes, because you are very passionate, and that's a testimonial that that guy has a lot of discernment, and he has some good intelligence and wisdom to him to be able to keep you on his radar of people that should be listened to, so to speak. Especially in today's world with the way things have flip flopped so much. So yeah, that's yeah, I would tell you, brother, whoever at home, we're out of 80 countries a month. We have over 200,000 people. We are very well established. I don't have to say ridiculous stuff on any video. I'm more of a friend with Santos. I'm telling you, if I will say this, there's one time that Masterpiece doesn't work, and it's every time. And that's if you treat it like every other supplement in your supplement drawer, and you buy it and you don't take it right, and you take it once or twice a week for 2 or 3 weeks instead of twice a day. And then you say, oh, I didn't really feel anything. Okay, if you give it a shot, if you just give it a shot, take 5 to 8 drops twice a day and do it for a couple weeks. You will experience days where you feel so good. You will experience nights of such great sleep that it will be undeniable to you that it has to be the Masterpiece. Don't switch up anything in your health and lifestyle and diet protocol and regimen. Don't switch up anything else. Just start taking the Masterpiece and give it a fair shot and see how your body feels, acts, and thinks and performs when it's depoisoning itself at the same time. You will feel the difference. It'll be undeniable.
yeah, for sure. Well, I do. So I, I'm with you, brother, and I support you, and I can confirm it.
Yeah.
So well done. I appreciate your sharing with my channel, and I know we talked about a lot of things at the start that, I don't know, might get the attention of the logarithms. Hopefully, this channel doesn't get this show
Hey,
doesn't get shadow banned, or I
it,
get a
it
strike.
shouldn't. The people pulling the plug on these channels, that are fighting that algorithm, the work we're talking about right now and the product we're talking about is something that serves you even more than the people, even us useless eaters, because you guys are the threat to the people at the very, very top. Not Bob. We're Bob in the basement pushing the mail around. We're not the vice presidents of who's running Earth. And you guys are, you puppets, you freaking freaks of Silicon Valley and CEOs of biotechnology, nano labs, and gain of function labs. You guys were the ones that have been tricked. You're the morons on Titanic right now about to get sunk. We're just the bystanders. We're the freaking people in the kitchen on the Titanic. You're the real reason why it was built. They're taking you down. You have this internal system inside of you. You need to get it out of you so that you can figure out how you're going to bail from their plan of eradicating your ass, knocking us idiots down to 500 million, but they're going to take all you out. The second this system is automated and they don't need you, will be the same second you're gone. They smiled at you your whole life the same way you smiled at us. They don't care about you. And once this plan and this Agenda 2030, the second they don't need Peter Thiel, he's gone. The second they don't need Mark Zuckerberg, he's gone. The second they don't need you, your ass is grass. Period. You better get Masterpiece into you, because right now it's a finger poke of a button away from they can do anything. They can toggle up how bad they want to take you out. So get this stuff out of you. But everybody, all of us at home, listen, you will feel better. You'll be able to do things during the day that you normally wouldn't do, like maybe even exercise, or you'll react with people better when you're feeling better. And when we're depoisoned, we're better people, and you will have a healthier life. And that's really what we all need to be doing individually. Can we all agree that our health is our wealth? Wouldn't you? If look, if you're not healthy out there, wouldn't you give up everything and every dollar you have and all your accolades, success, or whatever else, if you could be happy and healthy the rest of your life? I mean, think about it. A man who's healthy has 1,000 dreams. A man who's unhealthy only has one, to be healthy. Okay. So listen, get the poisons out of your body. Your body's beautiful. It will work perfectly again. It just needs the junk out so it can do it. Okay.
Yeah. And can I add to that, brother, that whoever's listening and doesn't care about health, but likes to knock people who are doing good work, whether you're Peter Thiel or Elon Musk, I have no hate for anybody. I hate the actions that people do that harm other people. That's what I don't like.
Right.
But I
Right.
urge you all of you, from the Prime Minister to the President to the King, King Charles. All right, here we go. King Charles. Can you get any higher than that? Is it Putin? Trump?
Yeah.
You are all under control
Right.
by someone that is a predator that is ready to just eat you up as well.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so if
Yes.
you're, yeah, if you're listening to this and you have the power to shadow ban this video or give me a
Yeah.
strike, I'm telling you right now, it will bite you. What goes
Right.
around comes around. It will bite you on the bum because we are doing this to help people. We don't
Yes.
like seeing sick people. I've got family that are dying decades younger than me. I get word from Australia. My sister writes to me, "Oh, guess who died? Well, he was only 42. Oh well, guess who died at 55? Guess who had a heart attack? What, at 23? And I'm 63. And
Yep.
do you want to know the list, the long list of my medical record? One headache when I was 9 years old. That's it. That's all I've had. I don't know what arthritis is. I don't know what piles are. I don't know what headaches are. I don't know what diabetes is, heart disease, bowel cancer, and all of that. And I never will. I never will. Because I don't have contracts with those things. I have contract with health and happiness.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. I would we can all as people, we can look at the state of affairs of how life is being handled, about how people who are running the show are taking care of things. Can we all agree, bare minimum, that we can all care about self preservation, starting with us individually, just your life, saving your own life? Okay, so whether you're someone who is very powerful in terms of having being above the law and being untouchable, so if you've been doing evil, if you've been doing whatever you've been told to do your whole life, and you're part of the one percenters, elitists, you know you have this covert private problem where if you ever tried to step out of line, they put you back in the line with the system. You know it's in you. You know that this has been disclosed everywhere. Or if you're just anybody out there who is experiencing a loss of health level, folks, you're not feeling sick, you're poisoned.
Yeah.
Your kids aren't autistic, they're poisoned. Your senior citizens didn't lose their mind. They got too much poisons on their mind and they can't think straight and they're in brain fog mode. All of
Yeah.
these diseases are being from poisons. Get the poisons out and you will be your best version. Once you're your best version, it won't just be the people closest to you, but you will start to add to the whole encompass of what we're going to take to change what's going on in this world. Because, mind you, and we've lost 70% of the life in the oceans, and we can see how bad things are going. And then we look at these people who are in positions of power, and they are literally doing everything to provoke the worst things possible in the world. Where what are we doing to Iran? We're doing the worst things to provoke a nuclear war. What the people that are in power are being forced to do these terrible things. And I am not telling anybody to have compassion for them. I'm just saying, let's be realistic about what's happening. They are being controlled. They know their ass is grass. They know their goose is cooked, and they can't get out of it because they're being forced right now to do it. Because they know they can be killed if they don't, and they've never had a conscience anyway. They were blackmailed long before that system was controlling them. But now, this final ushering, this final step, this final process that's going on, we have this is the way to stop it. Anybody out there, you all, everybody in the world, this system is inside of you. It can be measured. It is being measured by level 4 technical surveillance countermeasures experts. And, and when we're seeing this system, we know that it drastically reduces if you're taking MasterPeace. This is coming out on the biggest shows everywhere. We're getting out this information and this fact about this solution the best we can. We're getting no help from the algorithm. We're getting no help from social media. This stuff, the amount of banning and things we have to deal with, it is constant. Supercomputer cyber attacks constant. It is a constant bashing of what. If you've seen anything out there on a natural mineral, do you think a natural sea mineral, where everywhere in the world where you see this natural sea mineral is perfectly clear, and then people come in and say it's bad for you, it's bad for you. I read it, Santos. It's bad for you. That doesn't mean it's bad for you, people. The chances that a natural sea mineral is bad for you compared to all the other crap you're putting in your body today, it's ridiculous. So, um, you know, I'm Santos. I gotta tell you, I think the freaking world of you, man. And I got a lot of guys around me that got a real good mind to them, and we've been watching you for years. And you stuck by it. Hey, the way you deliver it, your attitude is different than mine. It's not the same approach. And our world would be boring if you were like me. Hey, go for it, buddy. I do respect your you man, for how you do go about it. It's not me, but that doesn't take away from anything. And you're my friend. You're my
Like,
friend. You're my brother in arms, and I will stand beside you until you change and your intentions change. I'm with you.
likewise, brother. Now, two more questions before I let you go, because an hour's an hour's like the
Yeah, yeah,
frame that I like to work with. Otherwise, people, we got the message
totally.
across. First question: should a beginner get one bottle or two bottles or more?
If they're outside the United States, if you order 3 bottles, you'll get a fourth bottle for free. I will tell you, with MasterPeace, everybody stays on MasterPeace. So if you can't afford it, I would do that just to get the free bottle. Now, if no matter what you start with, take it. Again, take it. The most important thing is when you get it, take it. Take it consistently. Take it by itself. Take 5 to 7 drops underneath your tongue twice a day. That's the most important thing.
Okay, second and last question, Matt. Can you share the details of the event for MasterPeace happening in California?
Which event? We've done quite a few there. We've done a major talk. Uh, um, we just did an event where we literally had, oh boy, pediatric dentists and some other experts come forward, and agents that are complaining of this, what they call Havana syndrome, or anomalous health incidences. And what we're seeing is people showing back up that have been on MasterPeace, and we're seeing that we have a real solution here. Um, Now, in California, in San Francisco this weekend, it's a UFO event actually. So it's a UFO thing in San Francisco. and Jesse Beltran is their keynote speaker. They're expecting a group of 5,000 people. I don't know if that's accurate or not.
But
Um,
but not you, not Masterpiece.
well, when Jesse is showing videos of the whistleblower and they're showing our studies, the studies were used Masterpiece, so it goes hand in hand. Yes, yes.
Okay, we just got another question, and I'll have to do this. Um, so, is there a discount code? Well, I've got a coupon code which is Santos, but is that a discount code?
So what you will want to do if you go to Santos website and you enter that way, then when you go to the website, you will want to go to the top right. When you get to the website, go to the top right and you will want to go to sign up. Sign up. It's a free account. There's no commitments. There's no catches. There's no monthly memberships. There's nothing to worry about. And once you create your account, you'll verify it by email. Just I verify the account. You will only pay $53 a bottle. A bottle will last you about a month and a half. So it's literally about $1 a day if you sign up and make that account. If you don't, you pay more money. You pay like 10% more. So we're not an MLM. I just want to be very clear here. We're not an MLM, but we do want to give credit to you guys are finding out about Masterpiece and the blessing of Masterpiece through Santos. We want him getting credit, and that's how we set up the system.
And you know what you said about how you've been attacked and all the platforms won't let you pay. You know, I can only receive my commissions from you guys from PayPal, and Paul, who does your secretarial work. The poor guy. I'm probably the only guy that use that because I don't have Wise or whatever it is, Zello and all of that because I'm in Mexico, and so I've got to make your guy go out of his way, even just to send me $100 commission to PayPal, and I thank you for that. And because
Yeah.
PayPal won't let you. That what did they do to you?
Hey,
They
what? You know what? Oh, PayPal held $160,000 when we were living. I was living in a 40-year-old camper, and when they cornered us and blitzkrieged us when we first released the study, they held $160,000. I literally didn't have $500 in my personal account at the time, and so which is par for the course. Santos, I gotta tell you something. The guy who is one of the people involved with the fact that Masterpiece is still alive is because of you. He literally called. We were brand new off your show. He says, anything Santos says, I dig in on. I've been watching him for years. He's very much a mover and shaker. This guy was very successful, had retired at a young age, writing software development, big IT guy and stuff. And he ordered 26 bottles of Masterpiece when he watched your show. And so I seen this order and I called him. I'm like, I got to find out this guy up in Canada. What this dude's story, right? And so I had the time back then. And he started talking to me. He's like, you're mess, dude. They could take you out if they did this, if they did this, if they did this. As soon as they think you're a threat, dude, that you're like shooting fish in a barrel, man. And I'm like, well, that's awesome because I've been waiting for this phone call. Thanks for coming aboard. What does it got to take? And so he literally came aboard. Now listen to this. He couldn't stand to see the way that I kept my family while I was building this up, and he literally bought me a newer fifth wheel camper so that my family had better living situations while he paid for it. All that because I met him through you, bro. You believe that, Paul?
yeah
All through you.
yeah
The Paul was Christopher James. Then it was SGT report, Sarah Westall, and from that, I'm just now thinking of that. I gotta tell you, man, my mission. Okay, my mission. I don't get two shits about a lot. My mission. I have for my family. I have time for my family and love. Anything outside of that is about helping the world, dude. Because I can't go run anywhere and hide from these fuckers. I can't go get on the right island and get protect and avoid these people. I'd rather run from a fight than fight. Very good at fighting, but I'd rather run from a fight, right?
yeah
And these people don't offer me anywhere to run. So it's more or less we pick the hill we're gonna, go down on. And you know, I wouldn't this my mission of trying to help wouldn't have been able to be possible without you. So without you actually coming into this at the beginning, and I know that you had a relationship with Matt Sennett to some degree, and you took the time to look at this and become a part of it, and I know that we were having total issues getting you MasterPeace for a long time too, right? And
Yeah,
so,
and
you
I'm
know,
out of it. So I'm out of it right now. So I'm going to have to get some batch delivered. I'm going.
you
I'm
got
going.
anybody that can get it in there? Are we having good luck getting it in there?
Yep, yep. I've got someone who
All right.
can.
Hey,
We'll talk about it.
just tell Matt, and and it's taken care of. It's no big deal.
Yeah, I'm dying to get my hands on some. So please,
Yeah,
we'll talk about that later. But here's one more thing before we go, guys.
yeah,
Record this show because quite possibly it will be removed. Okay?
yeah.
Because at the beginning there was a lot of stuff spoken about that the algorithms don't like. All right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
thanks for tuning in, everybody. If I've hurt anyone's feeling
That's
by
right.
saying jackass or whatever, I'm
No,
sorry. I'm not the best mooded guy sometimes. As I say to people, I can be really nice and I can be really nasty. So I'm really sorry. I apologize. I just want to get this content out without Matt being ridiculed. He's got he's got the studies. We're going to put them in the link. Give me some time because I haven't got them yet, and I have to go in and edit this and put it in. All right, guys. So
I can get them to you in 10 seconds. I know right where to get them. That's no big deal.
thanks for tuning in, everybody. I wish you health, wealth, wisdom, and peace. MasterPeace. Thank you.
That's right. Much love, everybody,
Much
for our
love.
health and prosperity. Yep.
Take care.